Hey Internet, it's Megan, and today we are talking about my favorite time of the year. For those of you who assume I am a Halloween enthusiast, you would be right, but that is not what we're talking about today. Today, my dear kittens, we are talking about the magical month of Preptober. For a little background on Preptober, we're going to go ahead and jump into the month of November. Now, I know that seems counterintuitive, but just go with it. Every November, writers all over the world participate in this writing phenomenon known as Nanowrimo, or National Novel Writing Month. This is a sometimes hellish month where we write 50,000 words in 30 days. Talk about a headache. It's usually filled with, ripping your hair out, cursing your computer, staring into the abyss, or even in my case, crying. Why do I do this every year? Because the sense of accomplishment it gives me is nothing compares to this. There are three kinds of people who take on the challenge of NaNoWriMo. First, we have your planners, the people who sit there and they're so meticulous with everything they want to go into their novels. They do their full-on plot, all of their character development, all of the foreshadowing is planned out already, everything to the last detail. I mean, some would call it anal retentive, but that's some people. Okay, I call it anal retentive, but I digress. The next group we have are the pantsers, people who write by the seat of their pants. They usually have no idea what they're doing when they go in. On November 1st, they just whip out their writing medium and go to town with whatever comes to mind. This is just pure chaos. The third camp that falls in this group are the people who are both, kind of in between. And they don't really have a name, but they do exist. And I know because I was one for a few years. It was a learning curve, let me tell you. Now, for the past few years, I've fallen into that kind of gray middle area, but not this year. This year, I am a plotter. I've gone into NaNoWriMo with a vague idea of what I wanted, a little more detailed idea, kind of a plot outline, some characters here and there, and so on and so forth throughout the years. And what I've come to discover is that about halfway through the month, I stall. I don't know what I'm doing, where I'm going, and then at that point it's kind of torture to get those 50,000 words. And when I'm done, I usually hate what I've written, so I just print it out, stick it in this box, and it never sees the light of day again. I don't want that to happen. And so this year I am being a little bit more dedicated to prepping for NaNoWriMo, hence the name Preptober. This year I plan on using a method that writers all over the world are using, and that is the snowflake method by Randy Ingermanson. Now, the snowflake method is very unique in its approach to plotting out a novel before you get started. It has 10 simple steps. They do take time, but they are very simple steps. And by the time you're done with them, you have the entire blueprint for your novel. The older I get, the more I notice that I have to plan everything. I am such a control freak, and I get this partially from my older sister. Anyway, I highly recommend you go over and check out Randy Ingermanson's website, which outlines the 10 steps, or you can even check out his book, How to Write a Novel Using the Snowflake Method. I will link both down below in the description box. It's a great method, and I really anticipate being able to thrive using it. If you've been with me this long through the video, I do salute you, and I really can't wait to take you along on this journey with me. Now, if you want to be my writing buddy on the NaNoWriMo website, I will link my profile down below, as well as the other aspects of my social media, so if you decide you want to follow me, go ahead and click those. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to click on the subscribe video down below so you can follow me on this journey, and ring the bell so you get notifications for when I post new videos. As we wrap up, I have one question for you viewers out there. If you are a writer, what camp do you fall in? Are you a pantser, a plotter, or do you fall somewhere in between? Let me know down below, and I look forward to hearing from you. See you next time.